me, I feel like I'm number one, but you know, you can't beat 7'5", 8-foot wingspan. So I mean, the guy's an animal. I mean, I respect him.
This might be the Victor Wembanyama draft, but don't forget about Brandon Miller. He's a dog too.
I gotta go at whoever's in front of me. It can be a friend outside of school or a friend in school.
Welcome to Before the Accolades, brought to you by Versace Boy ENT with your host, the Big Potato. Brandon Miller, born November 22nd, 2002 in Antioch, Tennessee. Brandon would grow up playing 3 sports at a young age.
Grew up playing 3 sports, baseball, football, and basketball.
No surprise, Brandon is such an athlete. His dad, Daryl Miller, played tight end at the University of Alabama back in the day. You know them tight ends do be translating well between football and basketball. Initially growing up, Brandon and his family didn't think that basketball was going to be his main sport. They actually believed that it was going to be baseball. B. Mill was apparently a hell of a pitcher growing up. But
after my freshman year, actually, I played baseball and football, and I was like, no, this is not it how it was when I was younger. So I was like, I gotta pick one.
Who the fuck said that I'm not in my bag?
For high school, Brandon Miller would attend Cane Ridge in Antioch, Tennessee. There, he was a superstar. He would win Tennessee's Gatorade Player of the Year in back-to-back years, his junior and senior season. His junior year, he averaged 23 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.6 blocks, and 2 steals.
Never taken a charge in high school. I don't have one on my resume to this day. I usually just block everybody's shot in high school.
And like I said, he won Gatorade Player of the Year back to back.
24/7, I'm eating the cash. 365 minutes, shit in my past. Niggas be acting, they stay in the cast. Who the fuck said that I'm not in my bag?
So he followed up that sensational junior year by his senior year coming back and averaging 24 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals a game. He'd also lead Canes Ridge to the state championship game and go on to win Tennessee's Mr. Basketball Player of the Year. Brandon just went crazy that senior year. Did I mention he was a McDonald's All-American?
Being named after those guys, it's like, maybe I can be like them one day. It's probably the biggest thing in my life right now. There's not been many McDonald's All-Americans come out of Tennessee.
Just 3 from Metro Nashville, to be exact. And the last one came 26 years ago with Hillwood alum turned Tennessee Vol Charles Hathaway.
And he would leave high school a 5-star recruit. November 1st, 2021, Brandon would commit to the University of Alabama to come play college basketball for them. The same college his dad, Daryl Miller, attended. I guess that Bama blood just running the family a little bit. Y'all know how it is when you went to an SEC school. In 2022, 2023, his one season at Alabama, Brandon Miller would go on to average 18.8 points per game and 8 rebounds per game as a true freshman. Just a straight up beast. On February 22nd, 2023, he would drop his college career high of 41 points against the University of South Carolina. That boy was hooping that night. And B. Mill, he became the first ever SEC player to win SEC Player of the Year, SEC Rookie of the Year, and the SEC Tournament Most Valuable Player all in the same season. Best freshman in college basketball, bar none. Averaged the most points per game for a freshman in the nation. That's out of everybody. He would be named an AP First Team All-American, but you can't talk about Brandon Miller's freshman year without mentioning this incident.
Miller's name was mentioned in police testimony for allegedly bringing a gun to former teammate Darius Miles. That gun was later used in the murder of a 23-year-old woman last month. Now, Miles has been charged with capital murder along with his friend Michael Davis.
Alabama AD Greg Byrne spoke to our Reese Davis. According to Greg Byrne, that Brandon Miller did not know that there was a gun in his car. We learned from Byrne that Miller was actually already on his way to pick up Darius Miles when those text messages that we learned about yesterday started to come through. It was over an hour that they had actually been communicating in terms of getting Miller to pick up Miles. This was long before that altercation began. According to Byrne, Miller was Miles's drive home that night, his ride home that night. And Byrne also said that the shooting started within seconds of Miller arriving on the scene. just his indication to say that Miller really had no idea this was about to take place.
At the time of this recording, Brandon Miller has never been charged in this murder case. He did say he learned a lot from this situation.
You know, your career can change in a heartbeat. And one thing I've learned was always got to be aware of your surroundings and just where you're at all times. Have the confidence to talk to counselors because I've never really opened up to anyone about anything until I got a counselor. At first it was hard. It felt kind of weird. Just, you know, I didn't really know this person. What can they do for me? And then after a while, you start loosening it up and just getting comfortable with your counselor and just start building a bond outside of just counseling.
That one night could have truly changed Brandon Miller's life. And instead of being projected the second overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft like he currently is, Brandon Miller could have been locked up somewhere. This kid is a special talent on a basketball court. So I'm looking forward to continuing to watch his journey as it continues to unfold on and off the court. Hit that like, subscribe button for me, please. Let me know in the comments who you want to see on the next Before the Accolades. Brought to you by Versace Boy ENT.
Get your hands off my Versace.